everyone, I'm here with your weekly Tarotscope for the week of October 2nd to the 8th. I am using the Halloween Tarot deck, as well as for your Oracle card of the week, I am using the Les Vampire Oracle. Very October-ish, I thought, choices for this month. So if you would like to get a reading from me, your own private reading, you can click on the links below to my Etsy shop and my website to get a reading, and you'll probably get these decks as part of your reading. Yay! All right, so let's get started. As always, we'll start with Aries. Here we have the King of Imps. So Aries, this card is very you. I mean, you're a fire sign, and you know, the King of Imps is the King of Wands in most decks, and you're very much feeling like you can do anything right now, and you're promoting yourself. It's a good time if you do have a creative project or business project to promote. This is a great week to do it. You're helping others with their creative ideas. You're taking the lead. You're standing up. You're feeling very fiery and full of energy this week, which is really great. For Taurus, we have the Queen of Wands, or the Queen of Imps in this deck. So Taurus, this is a time where you're probably going to be maybe hosting some parties or going to some parties. You're getting out a little bit more, being a little more extroverted this week than you normally would. Also, this is a great week for you as well to tackle some creative projects, especially if they're creative projects involving other people. For Gemini, we have the Eight of Ghosts, or the Eight of Cups in this deck. And so this is a week, Gemini, where you may have to leave behind things that aren't working for you anymore. So you might have to walk away from something. It might be a relationship, a friendship, a job. It could even just be a mindset or a project that you're working on, but something that you haven't been happy with for a while. You're going to be leaving and walking away from it this week. And it is the best for the long run, as sad as it might be in the present. You might even feel relieved. Cancer, we have the Seven of Ghosts, or the Seven of Cups. So you're faced with a lot of choices this week, Cancer, and you're not really sure which one you want to pick. This is not a week for making choices or taking action. This is more a week for stepping back and thinking about what it is you want moving forward. And it's not about getting caught up in fantasy. It's good that we have dreams and goals, but you also want to kind of make some concrete steps towards things. For Leo, we have the Six of Ghosts, or the Six of Cups. So Leo, it's a time for you to reconnect with childhood memories, with your past. Don't be surprised if you run into someone for your past. It will probably be a positive thing though. And for reconnecting with that childlike side, but it's saying to avoid the dangers of nostalgia. We sometimes color things prettier than what they actually were in the past. For Virgo, we have the Five of Ghosts. Seems to be going in order. So Virgo, this week is a time where you're going to feel, you know, maybe disappointed in someone. You might be let down by somebody, and it's also a time for mourning any past disappointments as well. So you might be feeling kind of down and stuff, but that's okay. That's part of the whole process, and it reminds you to look at what you do have and not at what you lost or what you don't have. For Scorpio, we have Death, or pardon me, this is Libra? Yeah, this is Libra. Libra, we have Death. Time for letting go. It seems like there's a lot of signs that are letting go of different things. You know, we have Gemini being advised to walk away from things, and we have Virgo who's feeling let down. Well, it's going to be a time of transition for you, Leo. This is a time where you're going to be letting go of things, but it's more of a process. And unlike, you know, the Eight of Cups where it's, you know, walking away from something, this is like a slow letting go. This is a transition. This is a major sort of life change in a lot of ways. So you're going to be dealing with some of that process this week. For Scorpio, we have the Eight of Bats, or the Eight of Swords. You might be feeling trapped this week, Scorpio, and like you can't get out, and how did I get myself in this situation? But there is always a way out. Sometimes we just don't see it, and sometimes it's even just a change of attitude. But you're feeling like you've kind of backed yourself into a corner this week, and you might need to re-look at things in order to kind of get out of that funk. For Sagittarius, we have the Seven of Bats. So Sagittarius, this is a week where you might want to hold your cards close to your chest and not reveal too much. It's also a week where you might find out if someone's lying to you, or there's secrets, or there's someone just not, you know, not being totally truthful. All those things will start to come out, but beware if you haven't been totally truthful with others, that may come out too. But it is saying that, you know, you don't always have to lay all your cards out on the table. Sometimes there's a good reason to kind of keep things close to your chest, at least for a while. For Capricorn, we have the Six of Bats. So slow and steady progress for you, Capricorn. If you're taking a trip, this is also a good indication as well that it'll go well. But you're making slow and steady progress, particularly with studies. I'm getting a message. If you've been studying something, you've been working towards something, it's saying just keep going even if you feel tired, because you're going to get there. Then we have the Five of Bats for Aquarius. So Aquarius, this is a time where, again, this is kind of a week of a lot of letting go for different signs, but this is more like there's a negative situation that you know you're just not going to win, and sometimes that means you have to kind of walk away from those people or deal with them as little as you can, because there's really nothing you can do to help them. Sometimes people are just negative for the sake of being negative, and you kind of have to like say, okay, well, that's just them, and I've tried to help them, but if they don't want it, then they don't want it. And then Pisces, we have the Four of Bats. So Pisces, this is a week to rest, to take care of yourself, not rush too much. You know, there's a danger that if you overdo things, you may get sick. So don't do that. Rest this week and pay attention to your dreams. So that's what I'm seeing for each of the signs. And then for the Oracle card I pulled from the late Vampire, one is Burned by the Sun, about ambition, extension, and reach. So this is about overextending ourselves. This is about expecting too much, and whether that's expecting too much from those around us and they're disappointing us, or expecting too much of ourselves and pushing and pushing and pushing. Sometimes we get so ambitious and we want to do so many things that we end up just overextending ourselves, and then we're tired and we need to rest, or we end up feeling disappointed in ourselves and others. So it's saying that we need to step back, and it's good to be ambitious and have dreams, but maybe we need to make sure that we're not overextending ourselves to the point where you know, we're just burnt out and we need that rest. So this is a week of rest, a week of reassessment for most of the signs this week. So take that time to do that. I will see you all next week.